Today, I want to talk about a topic that I think many of us can relate to, which is how to stop feeling like you're not good enough. If you are ready to let go also of those limiting beliefs and embrace your awesome self, then stay with me because I have got some stories and tips to share that have really helped me personally, and I hope that they will help you as well. I'm sure that we all have those days when we feel like we are not enough, right? Oftentimes, we set expectations for ourselves and then we compare ourselves to others. We might take negative comments to heart, or we may just feel stuck where we are in life. And these feelings can really have a toll on our self worth. But guess what? You are more than enough, just as you are. So today, let's remind ourselves of that together. So, how do we start healing our sense of self worth? For me, it's been about letting go of limiting beliefs and doing some deep reflections, practicing self love, and finally setting some boundaries and also connecting with my spirituality. So, let's take a look at how we can do this one step at a time. First, let's talk about those limiting beliefs, that pesky voice in your head that tells you you're not good enough. When I was considering starting my YouTube channel, for a really long time, I was constantly comparing myself to other YouTubers. Thoughts like I could never be as good as them, or I do not look good on camera, or who would want to watch my videos? And one day I felt particularly down and decided to write down all those negative thoughts that kept resurfacing. Seeing them on paper altogether was eye opening because I realized that most of them weren't even true. At some point during our lives, we have been led to believe that we are not good enough, and this belief influences really how we see ourselves. But the truth is that a belief is not a fact, it's just a belief, and it's an opinion that we have picked up along the way. It's not true that we're not good enough, it's just something that we have been taught to believe, and we have the power to change it. The first step to changing this belief is to shift our self talk. Many of our insecurities and self worth issues are tied to the negative things that we tell ourselves. So, the first step is to reflect on these negative thoughts and to start changing them to more positive ones. For example, I had convinced myself that I did not have what it takes to succeed in YouTube, but then I reflected on my life over the last 53 years and I saw the many skills I had learned and the challenges that I had overcome. And that made me realize that these limiting beliefs were really holding me back. So I started replacing those thoughts with affirmations like, I have my unique voice and perspective, and I can create content that resonates with others. By doing this, I begin to see my own potential, and then I finally took the courageous step to start my channel. Now, let's talk about shadow work. This involves looking at the parts of ourselves that we may hide or ignore. It does sound a bit intense, but it can be really healing. One exercise that has been helpful to me is recognizing whenever a negative thought pops up and then to write it down right away. You can use the Notes app on your phone so that you will always have it ready with you. And you can try this for a week or so. At the end of the week, then you'll have a list of the typical negative things that you tell yourself. And then you can take a look at that list and start crossing out each negative thought and replace it with a positive thought that is the opposite. Then you would start to repeat those positive thoughts to yourself every day, and you should try to say them in front of a mirror. It might feel a bit awkward at first, but humans are wired to feel love and compassion from faces and from eye contact. So, since this whole exercise is about building self love and compassion, saying your affirmations out loud while looking at yourself and saying your name will optimize the benefits. And the more you do this, the faster those positive affirmations will become second nature and be ingrained into your belief system. Self love journaling has become one of my favorite practices. So each day I write down three things that I love about myself. It could be anything from how I show kindness to others to my creativity or even just making a delicious vegan meal. Eventually, it will become second nature to see and appreciate your unique qualities, and this practice will really boost your self worth. Now, setting boundaries is very important for protecting your energy and self worth. Learn to say no to things that drain you and say yes to what nourishes you. It's okay to put yourself first. Remember that you cannot pour from an empty cup. I used to feel so drained by social events that I had no interest in, but I always felt obligated to attend. But finally, I learned to say no, and I started prioritizing what made me feel the best instead. So, more and more, I started declining invitation and spent that time recharging by reading a book or doing something else that I enjoyed. If you find yourself always saying yes, but really wanting to say no, then just honor those needs and spend that time by doing something that recharges you, that makes you happy. And finally, let's touch on spirituality, whether it is through meditation, connecting with nature, or practicing gratitude. These moments will help you feel grounded and connected to something that is bigger than yourself. Oftentimes, I start my day with a simple meditation, focusing on my breath and setting an intention for the day. It provides a sense of peace and purpose and really enhances your feeling of self worth. By releasing limiting beliefs and doing shadow work and journaling with self love, as well as setting healthy boundaries and embracing your spirituality, you will start to see a positive shift in how you view yourself. Remember, healing your sense of self worth is a journey, and it's really okay to just take it one step at a time. You are deserving of all the love and kindness that you also give to others. I hope these tips help you on your journey to healing your self worth. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.